Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit is investigating the death of a woman in Calgary Southwest last night. At approximately 11:15 p.m. on Wednesday, September the 9th, police were called to the area of 16th Avenue and 19th Street Northwest with reports for shots fired. When we arrived, a car was found stopped in the left turn lane, eastbound 16th Avenue Northwest at 19th Street. A woman was found in the vehicle in serious, life-threatening condition. She was transported to hospital, where she later succumbed to her injuries. Investigators believe there may have also been a man in the vehicle who may be in need of medical attention. He is believed to be a black male in his 20s, between 5 foot 10 inches and 6 foot in height, with a thin build. At the time, he may have been wearing white pants. A dark-colored sedan was seen leaving the scene. There is nothing currently to indicate this was a random incident. Anyone who may know the identity or location of the injured man and anyone with information about this incident is asked to contact the police at 403-266-1234 or by calling the Homicide Unit Tip Line number on 403-428-8877. Tips can also be left anonymously by using the Crime Stoppers web link. Thank you. I can take questions and answer where I can.
Interest or suspects at this point?
No, not at this time.
And because of the location, is there CCTV footage available?
Part of the ongoing investigation, I'm sure they'll be sweeping the area looking for CCTV.
What can you say about what led to the shooting and targeted random?
Going from the brief I've been given, it's believed that there's nothing to indicate this is a random incident.
Was this linked at all to an event that happened, a separate event that happened at 2 a.m. in a parkade? Was there a link between the two at all?
I'm going to say no because you have me at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Sorry, there was a question here.
Any idea of this motive to this? Is this gang related?
Still very early in. I mean, it was 8 o'clock last night and we're just 1 o'clock today. I'm still speaking to witnesses, gathering evidence, waiting for the autopsy, that type of information. So there's lots of ongoing investigation that has to be done. At this time, no.
Is there any idea at this point, like, do you have any leads on who the other person in the car might have been?
Again, too early in the investigation. We're trying to explore every avenue about who was inside the vehicle along with the young lady.
Was the victim known to police? The woman who died?
No.
Not known to police?
So you don't have any idea who the passenger in the vehicle was at all?
No. And we need the public's help to find out who that is. Hence the description, that's the best we have. We believe him to be injured in some way. So he may be seeking medical treatment elsewhere, either a clinic or somewhere else. And if the public know or can assist us with that, then we greatly appreciate it.
So do you believe that this is related to any other shootings that we've had?
Not at this time.
No other shooting.
Was the vehicle moving when they were shot, or were they pulled over on the side of the road?
Great question. Don't know the answer to that one. I would leave that to the investigators to determine, and once they've done. It's again still early on, but at the what I've been told, it was stopped at the time.
So just to clarify, we don't know the relationship, or you're not divulging the relationship between the two parties in the vehicle?
You gave me two questions, so I'm going to say at this time it's still part of the ongoing investigation.
But do you guys know the relationship between the two?
I do not know that.
How many shots were fired?
Multiple shots. I'm going to leave it at that because it's part of the investigation. That's evidence.
Can you talk about the risk to the public and the concern for police?
Well, I think it's safe to say that the Calgary Police Service is concerned about the prevalence of gun attacks that's been happening in the community. And as you asked, it's yesterday's incident is linked to any of the recent shootings, but we don't know that. We're continuing to explore all the possibilities of whether it is or not, but we have multiple teams out there. We have the gang enforcement team, the gang suppression team, guns and gangs unit, along with the homicide unit, as well as regular patrol, investigative areas, all looking into this. So yes, we're acutely aware of the rise in shootings recently, and we are looking into it.
This is such there's a lot of traffic through there. It doesn't matter what time of day. So this put a lot of people at risk.
It's a busy intersection, and obviously we, as well as the public, are very concerned about this type of activity. And you're right, a young lady lost her life last night, but it could have been much worse. because, as you say, because of proximity, public place, there's a public house across the road, it's a busy intersection.
Because it's a busy intersection, was there numerous witnesses that came forward to help out?
I spoke to the homicide unit just before we came on air, and they had numerous public witnesses who came forward and have been very cooperative with police, providing statements and evidence that they're using. But again, still early on, less than just over 12 hours old, so still ongoing.
How significantly do you think that this other person is injured? Like, we saw quite a bit of blood.
Great question, and I truly don't know. Obviously, with the nature of the weapon used, and I don't know what that was, any type of firearm injury is significant. So I don't know how badly that person's injured. Obviously, that's a concern for us.
Do we
Is it not
know-
odd- Is it not odd that this person's injured person would be coming forward?
I don't know. Maybe he's scared because of what happened, or he's seeking medical assistance elsewhere, or I can't truly honestly answer that question because I don't know. I would hope he comes forward, seeks medical assistance, and helps us with our inquiries.
Like, what, do you believe that the woman was the intended target then, or that he was the intended target?
Too early in the investigation, and I don't know that information.
What leads you to think that this was targeted?
It doesn't.
Well, you said it wasn't random.
No, the evidence I've got from the homicide units is there's nothing currently to indicate this was a random incident. So again, the information I've been fed from the investigative unit is that they know what's going on here, but I don't know what that is.
Paul, just to clarify, so you don't believe it's connected to a previous shooting, or you don't know if it's connected to?
I don't know if it's connected to a
Okay,
previous
thank
shooting.
you.
Thank you for the clarification.
Can you kind of give us more of a storyline? So this gentleman gets out of the car, and like Nancy said, we saw blood at the scene, so we can infer that he was running through the, do you have?
I
any
haven't
more-
joined the dots as well if you have. I'm going to leave that to my homicide colleagues to do that. Obviously, the blood trail leading away from the incident would make an assumption that he fled the scene fairly rapidly. I can't say that as rote because I wasn't there.
What direction are the shots thought to be come from? Like the same side of the road, the side of the road?
I have no knowledge of that, and that's part of the ongoing investigation. That's critical information.
So what status is the investigation at right now? Is the autopsy complete?
Ongoing, so it's probably going to be going on all day today.
Did you find any drugs or some other substance from the car?
The car got towed. I have no information as to what was found inside.
How old was the
Mid-20s.
The woman is mid-20s?
Mid-20s for the deceased.
Is she from here, do you know?
We can't release that
Can't release that, sorry.
after the autopsy.
And I know you kind of mentioned that you haven't connected the dots yet, but are you able to even speak to the other scene? Like, I know there was the intersection, but there was also a significant part of the parking lot across the street that was blocked off.
I guess given the proximity, I think it would be, and again, I hate making assumptions, so I won't. I mean, but given the proximity through that major incident, we've got to assume that they're connected. So I think it's prudent of us to take that area off, gather the best evidence we can, take photographs wherever that may be, and then if it's linked to this investigation, then we use it.
Sorry, can you also just better describe how you know that there was a passenger? I mean, I guess we can infer from the blood, but I mean, did witnesses tell you?
Eyewitness testimony.
And so did somebody actually see full events?
I don't know that information.
Can you tell
But
us what you know that witnesses saw? Like how much of it?
Eyewitnesses have been very cooperative with police.
But there were people who witnessed the
Yes,
shooting?
yes, there was people, I mean, again, it's 8 o'clock in the middle of a Tuesday night. So it's a busy intersection, so people inside the vehicle, people on foot, they witnessed, they stayed, and they've given us statements.
So people inside the vehicle?
Passing vehicles who may have stopped and given us evidence. Not that vehicle.
I'm just wondering if you'd be able to tell us, we spoke with somebody who said that the victim may have been pregnant. Do you?
No knowledge of that.
Did you see how many people are in the other vehicle, the dark vehicle that sped off?
No, the information I received from the investigators with the dark colored sedan was seen leaving the scene. And we'd like, if anyone has information on that, then to give us a call. Again, we'll try and get some information on that vehicle if they have it, if they know who it belongs to. If it was them driving, and then to come forward and speak to detectives about that.
What direction were they going, the offending vehicle?
Again, I don't know that. But this vehicle, and again, because of right on the intersection of 16 by 19, and I know it very well, the incident occurred eastbound, and this dark colored sedan, I'm unsure if it left southbound or northbound on 19th or continued eastbound. I don't know the answer to that.
Did the eyewitnesses say the shooter stepped out of the car, or was the shooting done from inside the car?
I have no knowledge of that.
Paul, can you say if witnesses said, because the man fled, do we know like where he fled or the direction he went in, into a bush or something like that?
I'm going to leave all of that information with the detectives. Still currently speaking to witnesses who are still here, so they've still got a lot of work to do. I said there was a lot of public assistance on this, so they're still speaking to people as I'm here. So I mean, there'll be more unfolding as we go on through the day and then tomorrow.
Sorry, I know you said that they'll be sweeping the area for CCTV, but is there a CCTV that would have caught the incident on camera?
At that intersection, not that I'm aware of. I mean, like an actual intersection camera, not that I don't believe so, but I don't know.
Have you guys collected CCTV from businesses in that strip mall?
I'm sure it's part of the ongoing investigation, and anything within that proximity up and down 16th Avenue, I would think.
Were all the shots fired at the same spot at that intersection, or was there a volley at the start and then later on at another farther away? 'Cause
To the best of my knowledge, it was at that
at the
incident,
same
at that
intersection.
location.
Did you say how many shots fired?
I did not.
Do we know how many shots fired?
I'm not. That's part of the ongoing investigation. I won't disclose that.
Any other property or other vehicles that might have been struck or grazed by bullets?
We had our friends from Calcera come out and help us do some evidence gathering and walk through the general area of where the incident occurred. And to the best of our knowledge, but again, if the public has any damage to their houses or vehicles in the nearby vicinity, if they please give us a call, because we'd like to know that. But to answer your question, no, Calcera went through that area doing what they do best, looking for evidence and stuff, and they didn't find anything.
And based on any bullets recovered or anything like that, we don't have a gun yet?
I have
Releasing the info.
nothing. I don't have any of that other than shots fired, and that's what we found when we came on scene.
Any idea of how many people you're looking for at this point in terms of
Suspects? No. Really want to find this black gentleman who may have been injured. Again, I'm going to reiterate it because we do need to find him. Black male in his 20s, between 5'10" and 6 inches tall, thin build. I don't have an age, but approximate mid-20s. And at the time, he was wearing white pants. And we believe he may be injured. We'd really like to find him, and if the public can help us with that, then we'd appreciate it either through phone call or coming into a local station.
All right. Covered it all off?
Good?
Perfect, thank you guys.
Thank you.